Hi, I'm Laura Calder. This is my husband Peter, and we're back with another little episode where we answer your lifestyle questions. This video and the others goes along with my newsletter, which you can get if you sign up on lauracalder.com, and I hope you'll subscribe here too to get notified for these videos. So, in we go. Groovy questions this week. The first one comes from William Blazes, and he wants to know, is the classic croque monsieur served open-faced in France? A few travel shows show it open-faced, pulled from a broiler, but if you search the internet, especially here in the US, they show this sandwich made like a Monte Cristo. Do you have any recipes? I don't know your experience with the croque monsieur, but for me in France, the classic one is a closed sandwich that has mustard, ham, and Gruyere cheese in it on toasted bread, and then bechamel sauce over top, and maybe a sprinkling of Gruyere, and it's broiled, and you eat it with a knife and fork. But you do also see it sometimes open-faced, which I think it's just another tartine. Boring.
Yeah, it's for people on the run.
For people on the run, but I think with any classic you get variations. But the Monte Cristo, I think, is more related to the croque monsieur from Harry's Bar in Venice, which is another beast entirely, where you put cubes of Gruyere and mustard and cayenne and egg yolk and Worcestershire sauce, and you whiz it in the blender so you get a paste, and you spread that on bread, no crusts. You lay in the ham and cheese, close it, cut it into rectangles, and fry it in olive oil, and then you tuck it in a little napkin, and it looks so chic. Can't stand it. But it's related to Welsh rabbit. What other sandwiches are similar?
Tuna melt?
Not really.
No, not really. What's a croque madame?
Croque madame has a fried egg on top.
Same thing with a fried egg.
Same thing with a fried egg. Those are the two best variations on it, I think. But
Sound good.
Sound good.
Yeah.
Weigh in, people. That sort of raises the question, though, about classic recipes in general. You know, say something like a Caesar salad, you order it, and it's just blah.
Not a Caesar salad, really.
It's not a Caesar salad, but any classic, it's so frustrating when you don't get it just the way you like it.
Is it the way you like it, or is it the way that's classic?
Well, usually a classic is something that's been so honed. It's people always try to do variations on the classic, and then it never seems quite as good, it seems to me. But anyway, Rudy and Claire. Now, I don't have the wording exactly, but it was, someone in the neighborhood has died and we'd like to take food to the family, but we don't want to take the same boring old stuff like lasagna and shepherd's pie. What are some other options? We thought long and hard about this.
Yeah, just take lasagna and casseroles. Don't
We're
get
going
fancy.
to disappoint you.
Don't get fancy.
I think when there's been a death, people aren't really thinking about food or wanting to be excited by interesting new dishes. They need comfort food.
They don't have to put effort into it. I mean, if it's not a lasagna or a shepherd, what is it? Is it something that has to be assembled?
I think you take stuff that's, requires no work.
Yeah.
You have to remember that people are probably getting a lot of food all at once, so things that can freeze are
nice,
wise.
Yeah.
Also, they have friends and family coming, so you want stuff that sort of everybody likes.
Yeah.
And so all those boring things you don't want to take are probably exactly what you should take.
They don't have to think about it. They just put it in the oven when they want to eat it, and they don't have to. Yeah. No, I wouldn't take them like a Caesar salad that has to be assembled in a bowl.
No, nothing. But if you wanted to do something fancy, I mean, you can take a coq au vin or an osso buco. They're just the comfort foods from other cultures, so they sound nicer, but it's a little more interesting.
So why not? You could take a boeuf bourguignon and stuff.
Boeuf bourguignon, comfort food.
Your old world casserole, so to speak.
So that's what we think. I hope that's not too boring. The last question, I'm hogging all the questions, sorry.
It's your show.
Well, someone called Karana Wanapalai asked me about my skincare routine, which is, I'm really not someone who's keeping the Sephoras of this world in business because I buy almost nothing. But I don't have it because I've run out and I've just put in another order, but I use something called Living Libations. It's an oil. You wash your face with it. It's a toner. It's one product. I mean, if you have heavy makeup, you need something stronger to get it off, but when do I have heavy makeup? This stuff is organic. You could practically eat it. And the older I get, the more I think, skin is porous, it absorbs. So if you're putting chemicals on it, you might as well eat chemicals. Clean skincare and clean food, they go together.
Why isn't anyone asking about my skincare routine?
Your skincare, how about your beard routine? This is the COVID beard.
There's no routine.
Anyway, we may get a new routine because we're taking a trip. And we should, on that note, get to the airport.
We better get to the airport.
But Please send in more questions and do subscribe here and subscribe to the newsletter on lauracalder.com, and we will see you next time.
See you soon.
We're off.
Bye.